slept last night. You woke up tired anyway. I know that morning, rested by the clock and still empty underneath, and not able to say what I was empty of. The old book has a strange way of naming that. It does not call you tired, it calls you hungry. For he satisfieth the longing soul, and filleth the hungry soul with goodness. A hungry soul. That is a different thing to wake up with. You cannot sleep your way out of it. So tonight, we go looking for what the sleep could not reach. If you wake in the night, leave one word below for whoever reads this after you. And if someone you love feels this same weariness, send this to them tonight. But that comes later. It begins with the hour you are in right now. It is late, or it is the middle of the night, and the house has finally gone quiet. All day you had somewhere to put it, work to answer, a screen to fill the gaps, a list long enough that you never had to sit with the thing underneath. The day is loud, and the noise was doing you a kind of favor. Then you lie down, the lights go off, the phone goes face down, and the hunger you outran since morning finally has the room to itself. That is why so many of us wake at 3 and cannot say why. Nothing is wrong that you could point to, but something in you is awake and asking to be fed, and the dark is the first quiet it has had all day. I have lain in that dark, rested by the clock, and still empty underneath, and not able to name what was missing. Jeremiah 31. For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. Satiated. That is not a word for sleep. It is a word for hunger being answered. A full table set in front of someone who had been starving and had not known it. Augustine lay in the same dark 1,500 years ago and wrote, "For within me was a famine of that inward food, thyself, my God." A famine, not a bad night. A famine a man can carry so long he stops calling it hunger. There is an old story about people who were fed where nothing could grow. Stay in the dark with me. We start there. There was a whole people once, stranded in a desert, 2.5 million of them, give or take. They had walked out of slavery in Egypt with the dust of that country still on their feet, and now they were standing in a place that does not feed anyone. Behind them, slavery. Ahead of them, sand. Around them, ground that could not grow a single loaf. No fields, no ovens, nothing saved back from an easier year. And there, where nothing could grow, God began to feed them. Exodus 16. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day. It rained bread. That is what the verse says. The wind brought it in the dark, and when they woke, there was food on the ground that had not been there the night before. But here is the part it took me years to notice. They could not save any of it. If they tried to keep yesterday's bread for today, it spoiled. It bred worms. It stank by morning. The bread only worked when it was the bread of that day. Tomorrow's portion was never something you could hold in your hand tonight. It was tomorrow's mercy, and it would not come early. That is hard for someone like me. Lying awake, I do not want enough for tomorrow. I want enough for the whole year. Enough certainty to cover everything I am afraid of. I have spent nights trying to stockpile a peace that was never meant to be stored. The hand of God reopened every morning. Psalm 78. And had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven. You may not be in a desert tonight, but you may have run out of what you saved, with nothing left in the barrel and the dark still long. That is closer to most of us than we admit. And the mercy of this story is not that the people stored up enough, it is that they never had to. There is another story like this one. Not a whole people now. One man, no crowd around him, only a tree and a man too far gone to take off his own shoes. That is not a poem. That is a man with nothing left. He lay down under the first tree he came to, not a chosen place, just the first shade the desert handed him, and he fell asleep the way the truly exhausted fall asleep. All at once, mid-sentence with God. I have known the kind of tired where you cannot even take off your shoes. You sit on the edge of the bed, and the room keeps moving without you. Nothing dramatic has to happen. You have simply reached the edge of yourself. Here is what God did at that edge. Here is what he did not do. He did not wake Elijah to lecture him. He did not leave a list of steps by his head. He let the man sleep, and while he slept, mercy was already working beside him. 1 Kings 19. And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him, and said unto him, Arise and eat. The bread was ready while he slept. He did not bake it. He was not even awake to ask for it. And then, this is the line that undoes me. Once was not enough. And the angel of the Lord came again the second time, and touched him, and said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. A second touch. The Lord did not say, I fed you already, be grateful. He came back. He knew one meal does not hold a man who has spent a whole year of himself. There are nights when one touch does not reach the bottom of a person, and God is not impatient with that. Brother Lawrence, a man who spent his life working in a monastery kitchen, wrote, God has many ways of drawing us to himself. He sometimes seems to hide himself from us, but faith alone ought to be our support. Elijah could not see much from under that tree, but he had not been left hungry. There is one more person in that book who reached the end of the barrel. Not a prophet this time. A woman in another town, counting out the last meal she thought she would ever make. There was a woman in a town called Zarephath who had come to the end of what was in her house. Not nearly the end. The end. Elijah met her outside, gathering sticks. That is how small this scene is. No crowd, no miracle yet, no announcement. A woman picking up enough firewood for one last fire. She told him the truth plainly. And she said, As the Lord thy God liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. One handful of meal, a little oil, one small fire, and then, she thought, the end of everything. I have watched ordinary people keep a house standing on less than anyone could explain. The barrel always lower than it should be, the money thinner than the month. And still, somehow, there was bread on the table, and the day held together. She was not asked to find more. She was not told to pretend the barrel was full. She was asked to use the handful she had, and then the promise came. The barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Lord sendeth rain upon the earth. The kitchen did not turn into a bakery overnight. There was no pile of bread. The handful simply did not run out. Each day there was enough, and each day she had to trust it again. John Woolman, a quiet Quaker tailor, prayed a line that fits this house. O Lord, that I may receive bread from thy table, and that thy grace may abound in me. You do not have to find more strength tonight. You are not asked to fill the barrel. The handful you have is enough for tonight, and tonight is all he is asking you to live. But there is a hunger no handful of bread has ever reached. The old book knows that one too, and it is the next thing I want to sit with. I have eaten on a hard day and still felt hollow when the plate was empty. The body had what it needed. Something else in me sat there untouched, as if the meal had stopped at a door it could not open. That is no complaint against bread. Bread is mercy. Anyone who is lain awake over a bill, or a child, or a cupboard running low, knows that plain food on a table can feel like a hand holding the whole day together. But the old book speaks of a second hunger, a hunger for something true. Something that does not shift when everything else does. A word you can stand on when your own thoughts keep changing their story on you at night. When Jesus was worn down to nothing in the wilderness, he answered with a line Moses had given long before. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. There are nights when what we are starving for is not more information. We have had plenty of that. We need a word with weight in it. One that does not flatter the fear and does not leave when the room goes dark. Job 23. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. George MacDonald folded it into a small prayer. Give us day by day our daily bread. Fill us with the words that proceed out of thy mouth. And then one voice in the old book takes that hunger and says something about himself that still stops me. He does not point to the bread. He says, "He is the bread." He did not say he had bread. He did not say he knew where bread could be found. He said he was the bread. People found that hard to hear then. Some still do. I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. I do not want to explain that too quickly. Some words lose their weight the moment we rush to make them manageable. Bread is not an idea first. Bread is the plain thing a tired body takes, because no one lives on wanting alone. And he places himself inside that plain thing. Coming to him is spoken of like sitting down to food. Believing on him is spoken of like thirst finally answered. Not a performance, not a price to pay, more like a man who sits down because something has at last been set in front of him. He says it again, a little further on. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. There is a hunger that cannot feed itself. Thomas Shepard, a Puritan who kept an honest journal, knew it from the inside. I was the more miserable to stand without and hear of the good things in him, and taste them not, enjoy them not. That is what the dark teaches a person. You can be sincere and still be empty. You can be strong and still need to be given to. If the bread is a person, then this is not one more task for the exhausted. It is closer to coming near, opening your hands, and letting him give what you were never able to make. And tonight, while you lie here, you are not the only set of open hands. You are not the last hungry person awake in the world tonight. Somewhere there is a kitchen with one lamp still on. Somewhere a chapel door is closing softly. Somewhere an old man is awake before the light, and a woman has stopped at her own table because she cannot carry the next hour without help. You will never know their names. They will never know yours. The same hunger has found them, and the same mercy is near to them, in rooms you cannot see from where you lie. I think of them sometimes, the ones I will never meet. The same hunger has found us tonight. The same mercy is near. Paul wrote it this way: The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the body of Christ? For we, being many, are one bread and one body. For we are all partakers of that one bread. One bread, many hands. That is enough for me tonight. A man can be alone in a room and not be alone in his hunger. A worn-out woman can sit at the end of a long day and still belong to something she cannot see from her chair. Psalm 34. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Thomas à Kempis, alone in a quiet cell 600 years ago, heard the promise like this: I give also my whole body and blood for food, that thou mightest remain altogether mine, and I thine. No hungry person is forgotten in that sentence. There is one evening in the old book that holds all of this in a single room: a road, a stranger, and bread broken at the end of the day. Two men were walking home in the evening. They had seen too much and understood too little. A stranger drew near and walked with them. He did not announce himself. He did not force them to know him. He simply kept pace, close enough for the road. By the time they reached the village, the day was nearly gone. That hour has its own weight. The light thins. The body wants a chair. The mind starts counting what cannot be fixed before morning. They asked him to stay. Abide with us, for it is toward evening, and the day is far spent. And he went in to tarry with them. That is a good prayer for this hour. Stay with us. The day has spent itself, and we have spent ourselves with it. He went in. The road gave way to a room, and the room to a table. And it came to pass, as he sat at meat with them, he took bread and blessed it, and brake, and gave to them. And their eyes were opened, and they knew him. He was known in the breaking of the bread, not in the argument on the road, not in the explaining, in the small moment when something was given and they took it. The invitation had been open the whole time. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy, and eat. Teresa of Ávila wrote of a soul that had finally been fed. It is like the life of a man who is full, with his appetite satisfied. The table is the last thing now, and there is an old song that ends right here with the table already laid. The table is already set. That is where this night can end. Not with one more thing to solve, not with another way to prove you are strong enough to deserve the meal. The food was never in your hands first. The table is not held up by your effort. For years I thought I had to earn my place here, that if I worked hard enough, I would be owed the rest. No one was asking me to. I just could not believe the table was free. David said it in a line that has outlived a great deal of fear. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Notice he does not say the enemies left before the table was laid. The table stands with trouble still in the room. That may be the part a tired person needs to hear. God does not wait for every threat to clear out before he feeds his own. He has not forgotten to feed you. The hand that opens for the sparrow is open for you. He is not weighing whether the hungry have earned their bread. He is not asking the worn out to become impressive before morning. Psalm 145. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Psalm 84. Yea, the sparrow hath found an house, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young. Even thine altars, O Lord of hosts, my King and my God. Even the sparrow is given a place to lay her young. So are you. You can stop holding the whole table in place tonight. You did not lay it. You are not the one keeping it. The hand is open. Richard Baxter, writing of the rest still ahead of him, said, "Rest, how sweet the sound! It is melody to my ears." Sleep at this table. You do not have to finish eating tonight. Father, we ask for the bread of this night, and we leave tomorrow's bread in your hand. The oldest prayer your church still prays asks for only one thing for tonight. Give us this day our daily bread. Bishop Andrews 400 years ago said it like this: "We are satisfied with thy mercy, O Lord, in the morning." Amen. The room can be still now. Nothing more has to be gathered tonight. And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. The hand of God is open. The hunger is known. You can stay at the table. He has not forgotten to feed you. The table is set. Sleep while the bread is on it. Good night, my friend. If you are still with me at this hour, thank you. I am here every week. If you come back, I'll be glad. Tell me what is keeping you up at night. I read every comment. Next week's episode can be yours. Good night, my friend.